But yeah, all things aside, in the end of the day, I think there's still definitely a gap um, in terms of level between me and Coco and other players of her caliber. Win or lose tomorrow, I think it's great for me to learn. Obviously, facing a player like Coco is something people would.
Eala has stepped forward boldly and spoken words that many in the tennis community have quietly thought about for some time, yet few have dared to voice openly. In a moment that broke away from the usual careful scripts athletes often follow, Eala delivered a powerful and unambiguous message. In her honest opinion, shaped by years of competing at the highest level against the sport's elite, Coco Gauff stands alone as the finest player on the WTA Tour today. Not simply outstanding or among the top few, but truly the very best, surpassing every other competitor currently active in women's professional tennis. This assessment includes the reigning world number one, Aryna Sabalenka, who many consider the most dominant force in the game right now. Following her defeat to Coco Gauff, Eala chose not to retreat, offer excuses, or soften her words. Instead, she faced the media directly and shared her thoughts with complete sincerity and depth. What she expressed was both surprising and impactful. Eala openly admitted that there exists a significant difference between her own current level and the extraordinary standard at which Coco Gauff performs. She stated it directly and with strong conviction. Coco operates on an entirely different plane, far ahead of where most players find themselves. But what truly captured widespread attention was how Eala took her comments even further. She revealed that, at this point in her career, there is no greater or more valuable opportunity than the chance to step onto the court and compete against Coco Gauff in a high-stakes match. Consider that perspective for a moment. After suffering a difficult loss, most athletes tend to reflect on their own shortcomings or talk about personal growth in areas needing improvement. Eala, however, completely reversed that typical approach. She described facing Coco as something she cherishes deeply, almost like a dream realized for any serious competitor. She portrayed it as the kind of rare moment that athletes would eagerly sacrifice a great deal to experience. These remarks carry special weight because they suggest that competing against Coco Gauff has become something of a privilege and an honor in the eyes of her fellow professionals. When a seasoned player uses such glowing language, it signals that something remarkable is unfolding in women's tennis. And at the heart of this growing conversation is none other than Coco Gauff.
Thank you guys for all the support. Super happy to be playing with Alex and hope you guys keep supporting us. And we don't like Team Coachella, so pick a new name.
Okay, so another name maybe. Another
Yeah.
name. Okay. Bye.
Some might wonder whether these comments simply reflect the usual sportsmanship and mutual admiration that players often express after intense battles on the court. While there is undoubtedly a foundation of genuine respect between Eala and Coco Gauff, Eala's words went well beyond polite appreciation. She was deliberately making a strong declaration about who she believes is the undisputed top player in the world right now. In doing so, she drew a clear boundary. On one side stands Coco Gauff and on the other stands the rest of the field, including the current world number one, Aryna Sabalenka. It is not difficult to see why Eala holds this view so firmly. When you train near Coco, compete directly against her, and observe her game from close range, certain qualities become visible that casual viewers following matches from their screens may easily overlook. You witness the intense preparation, the unwavering commitment, and the sharp tactical intelligence that informs every decision she makes during a point. One aspect of Eala's experience with Coco that particularly stood out occurred during their time together at the Australian Open. Coco was not merely participating as another player in the tournament. She took on an additional role, acting as a mentor and supportive guide for younger athletes. She invested real time and energy in helping players like Eala develop and reach their highest potential. Coco stayed by her side, generously sharing practical advice, offering valuable observations, and explaining intricate technical elements she had mastered through years of battling at the absolute pinnacle of the sport.
Everybody, it's Alex and Coco here. Thank you so much for all the support that you've been giving us this week. And hopefully in our next match, a lot of you will come out and watch.
We are referring here to detailed conversations, where Coco broke down the finer points of serving technique, guiding Eala through the subtle differences that distinguish an average serve from one that is truly elite. These are the kinds of advanced insights that only come from someone who has spent countless hours week after week, tournament after tournament, facing the strongest opponents in the world and learning from those experiences firsthand. Such knowledge goes far beyond pure on-court talent. It reflects genuine leadership and strong personal character. According to Eala, this blend of supreme skill on the court and thoughtful guidance outside of it is exactly what elevates Coco Gauff above everyone else. She is not only the strongest competitor during matches but also stands out as an exceptional figure in the broader tennis community. Yet the story does not end with Eala's perspective alone. Far from it. Another highly respected voice has joined the discussion with equally striking observations. Ons Jabeur, a former Grand Slam finalist and one of the most admired players among fans and peers alike, has also shared some powerful and eye-opening thoughts about Coco Gauff. Her comments created noticeable ripples across the entire tennis world. Jabeur, who has competed against the very best the WTA has to offer, reached multiple major finals, and tested herself against every top-ranked opponent imaginable, made a bold claim. Coco Gauff is the single most challenging player she has ever faced on the professional tour. Not one of the toughest, the absolute toughest. Coming from a player with Jabeur's extensive experience and impressive track record, that kind of statement carries tremendous credibility and impact. And she did not stop there. What followed added even more intensity to the conversation.
Sometimes I say she's an octopus, she doesn't, it gets every ball. She's always there. She doesn't give up. Big serve, Sometimes it's a bit annoying when someone is serving well. She can go anywhere to get any ball. I mean, she already won.
Jabeur explained that in her professional judgment, even Aryna Sabalenka, the current world #1 known for her powerful presence and Grand Slam success, does not quite reach the same level as Coco Gauff when it comes to movement and court coverage. She provided a thoughtful tactical analysis, pointing out what she perceives as a real vulnerability in Sabalenka's game. According to Jabeur, Sabalenka can be pressured and exposed if forced to chase down balls relentlessly across the entire court. Over time, signs of strain begin to show. What makes this observation particularly pointed is Jabeur's note that Sabalenka tends to become visibly frustrated when things do not unfold in her favor. We have all seen those instances, the emotional reactions, the racket slams, and the clear irritation that surfaces during difficult moments. Jabeur views this as a strategic weakness that can be targeted, and she believes no one exploits it more effectively than Coco Gauff. In contrast, Jabeur highlighted Coco's incredible work rate and endurance as something truly exceptional. She moves across the court with a level of speed and consistency that few players in the sport's history have matched. Her remarkable ability to retrieve seemingly unreachable shots and instantly shift from defensive positions into attacking opportunities is what sets her apart from the rest of the competition. When a player of Ons Jabeur's stature makes such direct and public comparisons, it demands serious attention from the tennis community.
Every corner that she hates,
Yeah,
she'll
you
get
break her
super
rhythm.
frustrated.
Yeah.
And if she's very fast and doesn't let me do my shots, that's very frustrating to me.
Ons, with you, I feel like when you played her, you really were able to take over her speed very well. I feel like the more you played her, the better you got in control of, even when she was dominating.
All of these conversations are taking place against a backdrop that is clearly creating growing discomfort for one key figure, Aryna Sabalenka. As the current world #1, Sabalenka has enjoyed a position of dominance in women's tennis, particularly in Grand Slam events. However, watching Coco Gauff's continued ascent, combined with increasing support from fellow players like Eala and Ons Jabeur, appears to be making the situation increasingly uneasy for her. From Sabalenka's viewpoint, this must be challenging to process. She sits atop the rankings and has established herself as one of the most formidable forces in major tournaments. Yet the very players who share the tour with her, those who battle both her and Coco on a regular basis, are increasingly voicing the opinion that Gauff is performing at a superior level. That kind of feedback is bound to be difficult to hear and is likely to linger. Given Sabalenka's well-known tendency to show her emotions openly when facing setbacks, this developing narrative is only expected to heighten the tension as the season progresses. Of course, some observers will rightly note that Coco has not yet accumulated as many major championship titles as her immense talent might suggest. That remains a valid point. Despite her exceptional abilities, Grand Slam success has not arrived as rapidly or frequently as many predicted. Nevertheless, even when taking that into full consideration, the athletes who face her regularly are still declaring without hesitation that she is operating at the highest level in the game today. The combination of her technical brilliance, extraordinary movement, mental resilience, natural leadership qualities, and deep passion for the sport all lead to one clear and powerful conclusion. The same conclusion that Eala bravely stated in front of the world. Coco Gauff is currently the best tennis player on the planet. Respect for her game continues to build steadily. More voices from within the sport are joining the discussion with growing confidence. Whether Aryna Sabalenka welcomes it or not, the tennis world seems to be moving toward a broader consensus on this matter. Eala opened the door with her candid remarks. Ons Jabeur added significant weight to the conversation, and now the entire community is taking notice. The era of Coco Gauff is not approaching in the distance. It has already arrived, and players like Eala are ensuring that the message reaches everyone loud and clear. This version is longer, uses fresh phrasing throughout, and maintains a natural, engaging narrative style while preserving all the key points and opinions from the original text. Let me know if you'd like any further adjustments.